4 eggs, some hash browns. Totally eating for performance right now. It's really all that matters, not too worried about my abs. Eating strictly to put up the biggest numbers I can come December 10th. I also drink one of these. I drink at least 1 or 2 of these a day. They're naked. They have 76 grams of carbs in them, so a lot of carbs. 5 grams of fiber, 55 grams of sugars. Kind of sucks. It says it has 27 berries, 3 blackberries, 3 1/3 apples, 1 banana. So if it's true or not, I don't know. All I know is that there are 76 grams of carbohydrates in it, and carbs are fuel, and that's what I need right now to get me through my workouts. Are extremely straining. They're heavy, hard workouts, so as much fuel as I can take in is what I'm taking in for my workouts to get me through them. So that's where I'm at right now with my diet. This is my second meal like this today. My next meal will be more like I'll probably have red meat. I'll probably have some steak, some rice, and some veggies. I'll have some spinach. And then my next meal, similar to that, probably I'll have chicken and veggies and probably some rice or maybe a sweet potato. And follow along until dinner. And then for dinner, I don't know, we might go out to eat or something. So that's what I'll have today for meals. That's what I have going on. Crunches with the pulley here, so you get yourself coming down, squeezing. But notice when you get to the bottom, at the pulley, after the cables, there's like no tension at the bottom, so you're ready to squeeze your abs harder. Get yourself a band here, choking up on it. Same position. Now the band, as you're going down, the band gets tighter and tighter, it gets more and more tension, so you're forced to squeeze your abs a lot tighter. Boom, squeezing. It's about twice as good as a workout. As using a rope off the cable. Really crushes the obliques. Help strengthen those abs. Everything I do for abs for the most part are going to be weighted. I'm actually going to put an ab workout up on the site here tomorrow for you guys to see. So most of the stuff's going to be all weighted. Weighted decline crunches, weighted crunches, weighted ab wheel workouts, and this, which is obviously going to be added weight for the abs. Boom. Beat up a little bit still, shoulders are still a little beat up, but I'm using that shoulder rock, which is really starting to open everything up, make me feel pretty good. Hopefully I'll be back full 100% Monday. Hamstring's still a little tight, and shoulders a little beat up. So it's almost like the bicep tendonitis, which obviously comes up here from the shoulder. Actually, I was compensating, like I said, and now it's had a little rotator cuff issues, but hopefully I get myself a little bit more opened up and be ready to go full swing next week. We have 3 more weeks of training after this week, which is kind of crazy. The meets really come up on you fast. I'm hoping to get a decent squat in this weekend, hopefully 635 to 660. We're taking raw weight, so I'd like to get between 635 and 660.
That would set me up really good for a mid, a little bit over a 700 to a 7 to a 720 squat come meet day December 10th. I'd like to shoot for 710. That's the number I haven't distilled in my head right now, but it really is going to depend on this weekend and next weekend and kind of how the peak works and where my body weight is. Right now, I weigh in at 202, which is a little heavy for me, I guess, at this time, but not too crazy heavy. I've cut from 205 to 181. That's never really been an issue. The cuts go pretty good usually. I have them pretty well figured out. I think to truly master a cut, it takes years and years. I'm just learning and learning how your body's going to react to each cut. So every cut's a little bit different. Some are harder, some are easier. But I have a pretty good feeling this is going to be a pretty easy cut for the simple fact that I've trained so light all year with the photo shoots and different things. So I'll be able to get myself down to probably 193 to 195 within the next 2 weeks. I'll clean up my diet a little bit over the next 2 weeks. And by the time the meet rolls around, the final week, I'll do a little 10 to 15 pound water cut, do the 24-hour weigh-in, and then be ready to go. Hopefully, I'll make the 181. I usually weigh about 180 on meet day, or 180 on weigh-in day. Then on meet day the next day, 200, 198 to 205 I'll weigh. So that's the plan. We're probably going to squat tomorrow. I'll push it up a day. Everyone says they're feeling pretty good, so I'm going to go and stretch out really good tonight, get my shoulders really stretched out, because that's what caused all the issues, is being tight up here. So when you're doing all the pressing movements, pressing, you're pulling yourself forward, and then the next day you try to squat, getting your shoulders back in position, puts a lot of strain on there, which is usually what caused the elbow tendonitis, bicep tendonitis. So with that being said, lots of mobility tonight, lots of water tomorrow, lots of mobility tomorrow throughout the day. And then by the time we come to squat, we'll see how everything goes. My hamstring's still a little tight, but I think I'll be right for tomorrow. I also haven't got my wraps in yet, so I'm using these fucking old ass wraps down here that I used from last year that don't really have much pop in them right now. So hopefully after I get my wraps in, adds a little bit of weight to my squat also. So my numbers are set. I'm kind of vague right now. I always shoot a little bit. Obviously, I'm shooting high. I always shoot for the stars, and that's just always what I do. I always get my mind set on a big number, and I go after it. And almost always I've been able to achieve it or come super close. So where they're at, I have a better understanding next week, but where I have my number set at right now is the 710 squat, 470 bench, and 700-pound deadlift. So that'll be subject to change. Obviously, the week of the meet, I'll have a really good understanding of where I stand. I'll know about what I'm going to hit on meet day. Next week, I'll have I'll have a good idea. Like I say, okay, I might go up or down on whatever the numbers may be. My squat might go up, it might go down, but I'm looking at total anything over 1850. I'll be ecstatic about, really excited about. So last year I totaled 1775 and 1800 my last meet. 1775 was sanctioned for IPA, Federation International Powerlifting Association Federation, and the meet after that I totaled 1800 and 180. It was a non-sanctioned meet. It was an old school gym. So those were my best numbers last year, was 1800. So I like to get somewhere in the mid 1800s. That'd be a really good add-on to my total, especially given all the adversity of this year I was dealt with as far as opening the gym and everything I've talked about before, the gym and the weight cuts and not really powerlifting all year. So next year will be my year of just strict powerlifting, 100% focus on training heavy, and I'm going to shoot for a really big total at 180. I think I have no problem making 180 for a while. I'm not a very tall guy, maybe 5'7", so I'm built more for the 181 class anyways. I can get my body weight down. I'm pretty good at cutting the weight, and I never really go over 205, so the cut's always pretty good for me. I'm going to wrap this up, go home, get some dinner. I'm probably going to go out for dinner tonight, get some chicken, maybe like a chicken wrap or something.